In the world of manhwa, power isn't always given. It's forged in the depths of despair. We've all seen the bottom-tier hunters and the bullied students, but today, we're looking at the ones who broke the scale entirely. From the depths of the abyss to the literal throne of gods, these are the most satisfying power-ups ever put to paper. You're watching Manhwa Expert, and today, we're ranking the top 10 manhwa, where the MC starts weak but becomes truly unstoppable. Let's begin. Number 10 on our list is the Mad Dog. Imagine a world where the law is a joke and bullies run the streets. Gen Amamori is a high schooler living through a daily nightmare of brutal torment. But then, the unthinkable happens. His bully kills his beloved dog. Boom! Gen snaps. He unleashes a level of rage that lands him in the juvenile reformatory, a concrete hellscape where the only law is survival of the fittest. Gen enters at the absolute bottom of the food chain, a punching bag for the facility's worst monsters. But everything changes when he catches the eye of the strongest man in the joint. Now, he's a protege in training, turning his trauma into a weapon. Gen starts as a broken, timid kid who's been kicked around his whole life. But don't let that fool you. Deep inside him hides a mad dog, just waiting to be unleashed. When he hits his breaking point, he becomes a relentless force of nature. He is pure resilience, willing to walk through fire and endure absolute agony just to claw his way to the top. If you crave gritty prison dramas, bone-crunching realistic action, and the ultimate started-from-the-bottom transformation, this is your next obsession. Number 9 on our list is Fogland. Dante Kang isn't your typical powerhouse hero. He's a science teacher with a heart of gold and a brain made of steel. He believes education can save anyone, so he takes a job at Fogland, a terrifying international prison filled with the world's most dangerous psychos. But class is dismissed early. On his very first day, a massive bloody riot turns the prison into a war zone. Dante is captured and thrown into a nightmare. He has to fight his way through 9 literal circles of hellish prison levels just to see daylight again. What makes Dante legendary? He has 0 superpowers and no super strength. While everyone else is swinging swords or throwing fire, Dante is using pure logic, chemistry, and physics to outsmart monsters and killers. He proves that in a world of chaos, the smartest man in the room is the most dangerous. Number 8 on our list is Badborn Blood. Luca is a man with a dream, joining the elite Imperial Guard and bleeding for the Empire. He's the ultimate soldier, disciplined, loyal, and harder than a diamond. But his entire worldview gets flipped upside down the moment he meets Eleceed, a mysterious wildcard who is his polar opposite in every way. What starts as an unlikely friendship turns into a journey that will shake the very foundations of the planet. Together, this powerhouse duo begins to peel back the dark secrets of the Empire, evolving from lowly trainees into legendary icons. If you live for epic sci-fi fantasy, insane world building, and that dynamic duo energy where 2 friends take on the world, you need to read this. It's high stakes, high octane, and absolutely legendary. Number 7 on our list is Sandmancer of the Scorched Desert. Imagine the Earth is a graveyard. The oceans, gone. The blue planet, vaporized into a scorched, endless wasteland of dust and bone. This is a world where the very ground you walk on is what killed civilization. Enter Zeon, the absolute legend known as the Sand Wraith. He isn't just surviving the desert, he is the desert. As the last sand mage left on this dying rock, Zeon turns the wasteland into his personal playground of destruction. We're talking about a unique magic system where he doesn't just toss a little dust, he commands the entire landscape. One snap of his fingers and a massive dune becomes a crushing tidal wave. A flick of his wrist and a sandstorm rips through his enemies like 1,000 chainsaws. He's cold, he's mysterious, and he is unstoppable. If you're looking for a survivor who turned the apocalypse into his ultimate weapon, Zeon is the apex predator you've been waiting for. Get ready for high-stakes, sand-blasting action that will leave you thirsty for more. Number 6 on our list is Infinite Mage. Cerrone was a peasant boy abandoned in a stable and raised by hunters. In a world where magic is a nobles-only club, Cerrone is the ultimate gatecrasher. Despite living in poverty, he taught himself to read and became obsessed with the secrets of magic. After a wild encounter with a real mage, he masters the Spirit Zone, the legendary first step to true power. Now he's headed to the elite academies to prove that magic doesn't care about your bloodline. It cares about your brain. He is a total genius bookworm with a heart of gold. Number 5 on our list is Eternally Regressing Knight. Encred has a dream that's hitting a dead end. He wants to be a legendary knight, but he's got zero natural talent. He's the guy everyone counts out until he dies. But instead of the afterlife, he wakes up at the crack of dawn on the very same day. He's stuck in a loop, but he turns it into his greatest weapon. With the power of infinite retries, he can train, fight, and be killed 1,000,000 times over. Every death is just a lesson, and every reset is a chance to move 1 inch closer to becoming the god of the sword. He is the absolute definition of grit. Encred isn't a chosen one with a cheat code. He's a warrior who earns every ounce of power through pure, agonizing repetition. He's the madman willing to die 1,000 times just to perfect a single swing of his blade. His mental toughness is off the charts. Number 4 on our list is Becoming the Monarch. Chris was a legendary one-armed mercenary who spent his entire life grinding through blood and dirt just to survive. But after a freak encounter with a mysterious artifact, he wakes up in his 15-year-old body with both arms intact. Imagine having decades of elite combat experience and top-secret knowledge of the future, all while being back in your prime. Chris isn't just going to survive this time, he's going to rule. He starts as a lowly foot soldier and begins his meteoric rise to become the ultimate monarch. Chris is the ultimate old soul in a young body. He is a stone-cold, battle-hardened veteran who is tactical, hyper-efficient, and doesn't waste a single move. If you love kingdom building, deep military strategy, and that incredibly satisfying time travel revenge where the MC is always 10 steps ahead, this is a must-read. Number 3 on our list is Eleceed. Meet Jiwoo, the ultimate cinnamon roll of the manhwa world. He's a super fast kid with a heart of gold, spending his days saving stray cats and helping neighbors. But his quiet life gets turned upside down when he discovers Caden, a world-class, top-tier secret agent who is currently trapped in the body of a fluffy house cat. Caden is powerful, arrogant, and dangerous, but in his feline form, he's forced to rely on the naive Jiwoo. He decides to take this innocent kid under his wing and train him to survive the cutthroat world of awakened humans. The contrast is insane. Watching Jiwoo go from a sweet, shy boy to a high-speed combat beast who shocks the entire world is peak satisfaction. It's got everything: hilarious comedy, jaw-dropping art, and lightning-fast action that will leave you breathless. If you want a story with soul, speed, and plenty of chunky cat energy, you have to read this. Number 2 on our list is Return of the Mount Hua Sect. 100 years ago, Cheongmyeong, the absolute goat of the Mount Hua Sect, pulled off the ultimate sacrifice. He took down the terrifying leader of the demonic cult in a blood-soaked final stand, but he paid the ultimate price. Fast forward a century and he's back. Reincarnated into a new body, he rushes to find his beloved Mount Hua Sect, expecting to see a golden empire. Instead, it's broke, forgotten, and absolutely pathetic. The legendary sect has been stripped of its land, its techniques, and its dignity. Cheongmyeong isn't just sad, he is furious. He decides right then and there to drag his fallen sect back to the top of the food chain, whether they like it or not. He's going to use his future past knowledge to rebuild their martial arts from the ground up, and he's not going to be nice about it. If you live for top-tier Murim action combined with a hilarious MC, this is your holy grail. Number 1 on our list is Myst, Might, Mayhem. Jong was just a regular kid until the world ripped his heart out. After watching his grandfather get brutally murdered, something inside him didn't just break. It evolved. Now his soul is fueled by one thing and one thing only: pure, unadulterated revenge. He's throwing away his humanity to become the Scythe Demon, a cold-blooded phantom of the battlefield. But here's the catch. Revenge isn't just about getting mad. It's about getting lethal. Zhang realizes that blind rage is useless against a true master. To tear down the monster who ruined his life, he has to become an even bigger monster. If you live for dark fantasy, ruthless anti-heroes, and insane high-octane action choreography, you need to get this on your radar right now. And that's our list. From magic hunters to sand mages, these characters prove that it doesn't matter where you start, it's how hard you're willing to fight to get to the top. Which one of these are you going to binge read first? Or did I miss your favorite weak to strong manhwa? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss a recommendation. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.